If, like me, you studied A-level and GCSE music at school, you were probably subjected to the same sort of terrible bias towards classical music that the teachers always had. Um, they hated pop music. They hated the fact it was only made by sometimes three people in a band. It only had three chords in it. It was only 3 minutes long. They thought this was wrong and inferior to the incredibly correct classical music, which obviously lasts hours that no one can remember. But you have to like it, and people are always going, "Oh, classical music, it's so much better than pop music because it's so much more complicated, therefore it's better." Um, but let's assume for a minute that music isn't about sort of being right or wrong. It's about sort of making you feel excited or happy or whatever. Um, then let's assume it's about that, which I think it is. Then I don't think classical music comes close to sort of generating a level of excitement that pop music does. And if you've ever seen footage of Genesis at Wembley Stadium from 1987, where there's several very long instrumentals with the crowd having to stand up throughout it, and you can really see the excitement etched on their faces. You'll know what I mean. So I think classical music, that there's a reason why it wasn't chosen by Bob Geldof at Live Aid. Bob Geldof knew what he was doing. He knew that it was only the likes of Sade and Howard Jones and Paul Young. They were the people that could really create real excitement in the nation, so they could raise money for whatever cause it was. And similarly, later on, when the Berlin Wall came down, they knew that a string quartet wouldn't cut the mustard. They had David Hasselhoff there because it was, exciting stuff that people wanted to hear at that time. When people say they like classical music, what they mean is they like the Planet Suite by Holst. And when they say they like the Planet Suite by Holst, they mean they like Mars from the Planet Suite. And this leads us nicely to a little test that you can do at home. I want you to sing Venus from the Planet Suite. Tricky, isn't it? How about the main tune from Mozart's second movement of his Third Symphony? Thomas Tallis, can you sing anything by him? No, of course not. Whereas pop music, you can sing something by Paul Young, you can sing something by Sade easily. I could even sing you something by the Neighbours star Stephen Dennis if someone put a gun to my head and promised to pull the trigger afterwards. It's just so much better than classical music. There's no two ways about it.